recorded a record on Posi-Tone Records that I'm extremely proud of, and when you get a chance to hear it out there in the listening world, hopefully you'll enjoy it. It features Lucas Curtis on bass and Sheet Waits on drums, along with some special guests like Gene Jackson on drums and Rocky Bryant. It is my dedication to Bobby Watson, one of my first employers when I moved to New York. And I've always believed in giving back. You know, sometimes we forget where we came from. And just wanted to give honor and give him, you know, his roses while he's still floating around and doing great things on the scene. The tunes on the record are tunes that I enjoyed playing with Bobby and tunes that I didn't enjoy playing with Bobby. So, and it may sound weird, but I picked some of them that used to challenge me. And it wasn't so much that they were musically challenging, it just, I didn't get into it. I couldn't really gel with it. So I said, well, let me try it now. And I'm glad I did, because I found some things in there that maybe I wasn't mature enough to deal with. And we actually got a chance to sit down and talk about it. And he's like, man, I always wanted to play my tunes like this. Well, the first tune on the record, as you said, is Don't Call Me Wally. And it has two little meanings to it, but the simple meaning is that my father-in-law's name is Walter, and he is extremely annoyed when people shorten someone's name, especially without authorization from that person, you know. So he said, I hate when people call me Wally, and I'll correct them right away. So I never composed a piece for him, and I said, let me do something fun. And then I remembered that conversation. There's Don't Call Me Wally, you know. Cool. And I wouldn't call him Wally. Faith in Action is pretty self-explanatory, you know. At least the title is self-explanatory. And you know, when you've had a career as long as Bobby and you've been through as many things as Bobby, as far as going through Blakey's band and, you know, from different experiences with different record labels and different club owners and different tours, you know, in order to continue this music and continue playing this, you got to have a lot of faith. You have to trust, and that's all there is, faith in action. And you have to put it into action. You can't just say, oh yeah, I believe, and then you don't try. You know, Bobby's been the one that's always done it. That's my ultimate favorite Bobby Watson piece. I mean, it's just, I actually heard it first on the Art Blakey Big Band record. I think it was 82 or 81, something like that, live from Montreux. And I've just always loved it. I love, the tune can go anywhere. We used to play in Bobby's band with Curtis Lundy and Victor Lewis, and every night it would be different. Appointment in Milano, I actually found out, and I can't say it on camera, but actually Curtis Lundy, who played with Bobby for years, his best friends, told me what the tune was about, and now it brings a whole new light to the tune, and I think this version is about, really, it's about that appointment in Milano, that's all I'm gonna say. Matthew's song, simply titled. My youngest son has been really sitting down and composing things, so I started to, you know, stand right next to him and say, hey man, what are you doing with that? Let me check that out. What are those chord changes? And I just had my little pen and paper and jotted it down, but it's a nice little ditty, as they say, nice little ditty. Beatitudes. Another group, you know, there's another part of Bobby, he's like R&B jazz to me, because all of his bass lines are funky as I don't know. Although, if you go back in history, you know, Curtis will say he wrote all the bass lines and Bobby wrote the melodies, or Pam wrote some of the chord changes. I mean, it was a great connection between Bobby Watson, Pam Watson, and Curtis Lundy, but that's on their first release called Beatitudes. Matt, I forgot that one. Matt and Matthew song really have no direct connection with Bobby. You know, my youngest son is named Matthew. There's Matthew's song. And my oldest son, his name is Miles. Miles Armani Segli, which spell Matt. And then my youngest son is Matthew. So the name of the tune is Matt. And that's where that comes from. And you have to figure out why my oldest son's name is Miles Armani Segli. Love Remains is a beautiful piece that actually Pam Watson has some beautiful lyrics to, and it's on a record, on Red Records, called Love Remains. And Marvin Smitty and some great people. It's just a beautiful ballad. And I played it for years before I even heard the lyrics. And one day Pam sat in and sang the lyrics at Birdland. I'm like, whoa, beautiful piece, beautiful. Two Stepping with Dawn is a piece I wrote for my wife, Orrin Evans. And I picked that tune because Bobby actually recorded that on a record recorded in Japan. I don't remember the name of the record, but with Idris Muhammad, John Hicks, Curtis Lundy, and Bobby actually playing tenor saxophone. So I thought it'd be great to document here. Why Not is a tune, actually a vocal piece that hopefully one day you'll get a chance to hear the lyrics that my wife composed, and Bobby was gracious enough to record it on a record entitled Live and Learn. So I always just wanted to do that tune, considering that he recorded it. This record is an opportunity for me to connect with an old friend, you know, and someone who has inspired me. So I'm hoping that we can do more gigs with Bobby and do some touring with Bobby, with the Orrin Evans Trio, and Bobby playing his music and my tribute to him. I just, you know, honestly believe that you can't go any further really unless you remember where you came from. And I'm at a point that the people who mentored me are extremely important to me. Because I just want to give them. I mean, I've seen some people go on. I remember years ago I wanted to do a record and play tribute to Grover because he was very special to me. And I said, you know, I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna get Grover on it. Next thing I know, you know, we lost Grover. So I'm not saying we're gonna lose anybody anytime soon, but I just want to give everybody here's your gift right now. You know, here's your gift from me. You know? And hopefully about 20 years or 10 years from now, somebody will say, hey, here's my dedication to music of Orrin Evans.